Today we're going to be talking about this pen. This pen is by a brand called Bülow. Now, I have never seen Bülow anywhere else but with xfountainpens.com. I have the feeling I don't know, but I have the feeling they commission these pens from Chinese factories and sell them as Bülow. Because a lot of these pens, these models can also be bought under the name Jinhao, for example, and some of them are just a little bit different. So I'm not entirely sure how that works, but you know, to quote Shakespeare, what's in a name? That which we call a rose, by any other name, would smell as sweet. Anyway, so that's what we got here. This is the Bülow x30. I'm going to cover the pen, parts of the pen, tell you what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and then do a writing sample. I think it's a pretty nice pen, has some interesting things going for it. First of all, on top, usually there's, some people call that a jewel, right? What's on top of the cap, especially with the Parker 51, for example. Well, this one actually has a jewel on there. I am pretty sure, considering the price of the pen, this is not an actual diamond. I know that's a huge disappointment to you. But look at all those nice little gemstones that are on there. I think it looks pretty cool. It's a little bit gaudy, but not necessarily in a bad way. Now we have the clip. The clip is fairly tight, but it does work. It will definitely get the job done, keep your pen in place. And we have a center band. The center band says Bülow and also x30 on the other side. Then we have the barrel. The barrel is slightly tapered, and then it ends in a gold reflective end cap thing. The cap slides off. The pen can be posted, and it turns into a nicely sized pen. You can also use it unposted, at least I can, it's big enough for me. Then we have this semi-hooded nib design, which I've seen on many Chinese pens. Usually they flow pretty well in my experience, and I also like this section design, which is tapered and has that nice little lip there to keep the cap in place. It's also a nice bit to hold it, so I find it very pleasant to hold. Even though that's black plastic, I don't find it slippery. It's pleasant to hold. The pen came with a converter. The converter says Bülow 2. I'm not sure if I can make that focus. Yes, I can. Bülow. I've seen those types of converters on a number of Chinese pens too. They work. Converter is a converter. They don't leak. They just get the job done. Notice the yellow gold-ish accents on the section and the threads. I think those are the parts of the pen. Nice reflective black lacquer on the barrel. Looks pretty cool. Same thing on the cap. Clicks in place very securely. I like that design. Overall, I kind of like this tapered, strongly tapered thing they got going. As I said, pen posts securely, pleasant to use. So, there you have it. Okay, what do I like about the pen? What do I don't like about the pen? These nibs, I've only seen these in fine, and not just in this pen, but in many other pens too. You can see it really is pretty fine. They will get the job done. They're not excessively dry, but they are very fine. If you're like me, you like a somewhat broader nib, then this is probably not the best nib for you. Also, it's hard to disassemble these. I've never really found a good way. So if you really like to disassemble your pens, to clean them very good once in a while, very well once in a while, then these are not the most optimal. But then again, you can just flush them out with a bulb syringe or something. It's not a big issue, but I know that some of you people really like to disassemble your pens. I do, so that's a bit of a letdown. But okay, there is a step down from the barrel, which some people dislike. It's not very pronounced, and to be honest, I don't find it very annoying. It is a bit sharp, but because this section has a nice shape, I really hold it down there, and I don't feel that step down at all. So I think that's quite cool. In all, I would say I find this a pleasant pen. It looks decent. It has those nice little jewels on top, which gives it a bit of a nice refined look. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's a cool pen. Let's take a couple of measurements. So it's a little bit hard to do this uncapped because the jewel sticks out. I come to 142 millimeters. It's not a small pen. Then we have the uncapped measurement. I come to 122 millimeters section diameter. The narrowest point I come to a good 8, almost 9 millimeters, and at the widest point 10 exactly. Let's put it on the scale. It's all metal. I come to 40 grams. That seems to make sense because it's a pretty hefty pen. That's all there's to it. I think we need to do a writing sample. That's what we're going to do next. I hope this was useful, and I'll see you later. Bye bye. Okay, so here we go with this Bülow x30. I just want to give you this nice shot of those gemstones. And they reflect prettily in the light. Yeah. Okay. Bülow x30. The nib is fine, I would say, and the ink is Noodler's Heart of Darkness. Yes, I finally got it. The paper is Rhodia. And the quick brown fox. What's this? What's this? This has got to go. My Q's were looking like G's. Over the lazy dog. I see a couple of skips, especially in the upstrokes. It's a fine nib. I probably would make this a little bit wetter. But first, of course, I'll try it on other paper with different inks. You got this notepad, more absorbent paper than the Rhodia. But even there you see some skips in the upstroke. So I fine-tuned this nib a little bit. Let's do some fast writing. Some skips there. It's an okay performance. I mean, the pen definitely writes. It doesn't skip all the time, but you definitely see some skips. Okay, what about wetness? It's on the dry side, I would say. Line variation. It is a semi-hooded nib. It's quite fine, but you can squeeze out a bit if you really want to. Reversing the nib. As you can see, this pen writes upside down. It's drier, but it will definitely write, which is cool. And there you have it, the Bülow x30. I hope this was useful, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.